Hey, Michael. So you guys have obviously a tough opponent in Iowa on Saturday, but it also is kind of exciting for you because you're going to be playing somewhat against your brother. Have you guys talked about that throughout the week or just what this matchup is going to be like for you guys?
Um, I mean, we try not to like talk to each other as much this week. Um, we both know it's an important game for both of our programs and for us personally. Um, but yeah, we try not to talk as much. Obviously, we know like what's at stake and that we're playing each other and whatnot. It's just kind of cool that uh, we get to have this opportunity as a family.
And are you guys avoiding talking to each other? Like you said, it's the opportunity, what these games mean for you, but is there like a competitiveness or are you just like not trying to argue with each other? Like what's going on there?
There's absolutely a competitiveness. I mean, it's been tough on my end. I mean, I'm 0-3 against him, so I'm trying to get in the win column. Um, and I mean, it's just bragging rights, really. I mean, you don't want to go home and we talk about the game, and you're always on the losing side. You know what I'm saying? So there's always a competitiveness between both of us, even going back to when we were really young. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll I mean we'll just deal with it on the field instead of talking about it.
What was that like when you were growing up with him? With because it was like you were growing up with him, and then you were growing up with football. So were you guys always just trying to be better than one another? Is there like a somewhat of you guys helping each other out, or how was that, especially when you guys were little?
Yeah, I don't necessarily say it's trying to be better than one another. I mean, I just think that we push each other to be the best version of ourselves, and I guess that kind of goes unnoticed a bit, that we're individuals. Yes, we're identical twins and like we're the same, but we are individuals, and we just try to push each other to the best of our ability and become the best version of ourselves. And he's really pushed me to be my best self, and I've pushed him to be his best self, and it works out. I mean, we have a really tight, great relationship with each other. Um, I wouldn't be here without him or the rest of my family. So it's all been good.
And since you guys are both in the Big Ten, you've had the same protocols with your teams. When was the last time you saw him in person? Because it seems like it's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's last time I saw him in person probably before we left for the summer. I want to say. Um, I got here early June. He left home around that same time, so I think that was the last time. I'm pretty sure.
Right. So a long time.
Yep, long time.
Well, maybe you get to kind of see him on the field. I know you guys can't maybe get too close, but who knows?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael, I assume with the dad that played at Iowa, you kind of grew up hearing about the Hawkeyes, or is that wrong? You tell me.
I kind of grew up around the Hawkeye program a bit. I would go to many games um, at Kinnick Stadium and just kind of be around uh, that facility a bit. So I know a great deal about their program. I know Coach Ferentz. Um, he's a great coach, good staff, good people. Um, so yeah, I kind of grew up watching them a lot just because of my dad. Um, and it's just different now that I play for Illinois, and um, you know I'm all Illini now. Can't be all Hawkeyes anymore. So
So does dad? What did dad play? What position?
he was a running back.
Okay, and does he have one of those shirts that has half Illinois and half Iowa? Well, how does he play it on Saturday?
Um, they would tell you that they hate this game.
Okay.
Plain and simple. Um, they wear our high school team, Stevenson High School
Oh,
in
okay.
Charlotte, Illinois. So they rock that gear, and they don't really wear Illinois or Iowa or anything like that. Like I said, they really don't like this game. As much fun as it is to see both me and Henry out there at the same time. It's hard on my parents.
Right.
It's just tough. But yeah, they just wear the Stevenson green and gold.
Last thing I've got is when you're not playing Iowa like this week, I assume you're all in for the Hawkeyes because your brother's there. Is that fair or not?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I keep up with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've made good friends with his teammates, and he's made good friends with my teammates. So it's kind of working together like that.
So when you see them ranked, you're happy about that, right?
Yeah, I mean, coming into this week, like they're a good team, like no doubt about it. We got a great test ahead of us. Obviously, when we're not playing each other, I wish them the best, and wish my brother the best because I know he cares as much about football as I do. So I just want him, to have the best experience as he can. Obviously, we're in the West, so it's a little tough because we're all fighting for the same goal of getting to the Big Ten championship game, and we just kind of have to control that as a team and as ourselves. But whenever we're not playing, I just wish them the best, and especially for my brother.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael, I wanted to ask about interceptions. I was running some interception numbers over the summer, and coming into this year, Tony Adams and Sidney Brown had 4 each, and Nate Hobbs and you both had 2 each. And if you look at return yardage on all of them, you had the highest average. Do you ever give those guys a hard time? I mean, you have 2 interception return yardages of 71 yards. Do you ever give those guys a hard time about, hey, just get me the ball?
I mean, not really. Maybe sometimes like Coach Key would say something, but that's about it. I mean, we're all teammates. I just, as long as we're getting the ball on defense, that's great. I don't care how it comes, how many yards we get. I just think, it's cool that we can have that conversation and joke around with each other. And that's what makes us so tight as a group and stuff like that. So it's fun.
I'm curious if your dad was a running back in college, if like say the UConn interception last year, set up a field goal before the half, was he, do you have any commentary on your moves down the sideline there, or, you should have juked, you should have stiff armed, anything like that?
He talked about setting up blocks a bit after that. I told him, it's not an excuse, but it's like really tired. It was kind of like a 2-minute situation. We were flying around and stuff like that. I was like, Dad, I'm dying out there. I'm running back and forth. And he was like, well, you got to set up this block, and you'll get some more yards. All right, it worked out in the end. We got 3 points before the half. So.
And I also wanted to ask about special teams. There's so many walk-ons in the program who've made it onto coverage teams. What's it like in practice of, I noted like during the Michigan State game last year, I think it was 7 of the 11 guys on the kick coverage were walk-ons. So what's the battle in practice like? Is there a walk-on pride in, we're going to take advantage of this and we're going to, put up big numbers on special teams? Absolutely.
I mean, as a walk-on, you got to fight for everything. You got to take nothing for granted. And that's kind of just a mindset that our walk-ons have, myself included. It's kind of a take no prisoner type of mentality that we have. And, just being the biggest contributor as you can on game day and whatever that may be. Either that's, if you are fortunate enough to play on special teams, offense, defense, whatever it may be, or even, just giving a great look on scout team. I know some of the guys that, haven't had like much playing time that are walk-ons. I mean, they give great effort on scout team, and that goes really unnoticed. And without them, I mean, we wouldn't have our starters being prepared for the games. And, you know, the walk-ons here just have a great attitude, great mentality. It's kind of, it's been a joy to watch all these other walk-ons come in and just, I guess, follow the lead of the older guys, and just understand, like, you know, this is how it is, and this is how we practice, and this is how we go out and play. So it's just been a joy for me to watch them grow and continue to grow.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael, how did your older brother influence your decision to come to Illinois?
My older brother, Jim, he was a great influence on me. Me coming into college, I mean, I looked at this, I was in between 3 schools. It was here at Illinois, Iowa, and Army. And looking at Jim while he was here, he, you know, told me everything about school here, what football's like. I just felt really comfortable coming into school like that, and having my brother on my side to like guide me through, you know, the ups and downs, because I mean, that's inevitable. You're going to have some ups and downs in school and football and whatever. And I just felt comfortable, you know, having his guidance on my side and his leadership. And Jim deserves a lot of credit for, you know, who I am as a person now and as a player, because without him, I don't know where I would be. But he was a great influence on me.
How do you feel like you've grown as a player the past couple years, and where do you feel like your game is at right now?
Growing as a player ever since my freshman year, obviously I got in better physical shape, obviously, and that's what you need to do to play in the Big Ten or even playing college football, period. Really, I've tried to focus on my body and getting as healthy as possible so I can play at the highest possible level. Starting the playbook, knowing you know, what's going to come after me, and you know what teams try to do, and you know, just knowing every single detail of the defense, so I can play fast on Saturdays. That's really been something that I've taken pride in, the mental part of the game. But yeah, I think, you know, with a combination of both the physical, getting my body correct, and mental, you know, knowing the playbook, every single detail, it's really helped me grow as a player and allowed me to, you know, contribute whenever I can, either on special teams or defense, for that matter.
Awesome. And do you prefer Mike or Michael?
It doesn't matter to me. Like, the guys in the locker room call me Mike.
Okay.
My mom calls me Michael. So it doesn't matter to me. Anything's fine.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael, I just had one more. You mentioned before about you and your brother, because you're twins, you both play football. It's like your identities have been kind of stuck together. What separates you? Like, what would you like people to know? Like, hey, this is not, you know, I get it, we're twin brothers, but like, I am also my own person. In what way are you your own person?
That's a great question. He's more like outgoing. I'll say that. More loud. I'm a little bit more on the quiet side, stuff like that. So, like, if you met him personally, he would kind of be, you know, very outgoing, very loud in a way. And I mean, he has great personality to him, so he's always got like a joke up his sleeve or something like that. And you know, that's just who Henry is. And I guess that's like a big difference from a football standpoint. I guess he's more of like a finesse player. I'm more of like a, you know, get into it kind of player. So little differences like that, but I mean, I love my brother, and you know, he does great things for that program at Iowa, and he has a great impact on me and how I perform over here as well.
Great. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
I'm good.
All right.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.